On Pin the News for the week of May 18th, 2012, we will discuss alternatives to Pinterest that offer private boards, Pinterest being valued at $1.5 billion, and two studies that look at Pinterest buying habits, plus more. I'm Josh Davis with LLSocial.com. I write about Pinterest and other social media and communication topics, and today Lauren is joining us. Hi, Lauren. All right.
Hi, I'm Lauren Orsini. I work for the Daily Dot, where I cover Pinterest and other web communities.
So, Lauren, especially when I talk to people about Pinterest, people love it, but the number one complaint, especially since Pinterest has solved a lot of issues, is they want private boards. And we don't have them yet, and maybe we will soon in the future, but do you hear the same complaint?
Well, I've been hearing rumors actually that
Okay.
those Pinterest private boards aren't too far behind. I mean, well, the first time we heard that rumor, it wasn't actually a rumor. It was CEO Ben Silbermann saying it back at South by Southwest this year. He said, "Oh, private boards, they're coming at some point. People have asked for those." We knew that. But just even more recently, this week in PinChat, the Facebook group PinChat and the Twitter group PinChat, people have been saying, "Hey, have you heard this rumor that private boards are not too far away?" And however, I can't find a way to verify this.
Okay, well, we can hope that we're going to get private boards soon. I've been researching, and I actually got to a lot of these alternatives because I like Pinterest and the way it's organized so much. So I wanted to find kind of other ways I can organize in a Pinterest-like fashion. And the three that I've looked at specifically are Clipboard.com, which I actually interviewed their CEO and talked to him some about it, and I like it. There's Juxtapost, which I think you are familiar with.
No, not really. What
Oh,
about it?
cool. Well, Juxtapost is like the most Pinterest-like of all of them. The others the other one I want to talk about is Springboard, but Juxtapost, if you want Pinterest, you want just kind of images and you want to pin them, you don't want any other frills, Juxtapost is the best one because it looks very much like Pinterest. The boards are like Pinterest. Almost everything's the same except you can make boards private, and they don't default the boards to private, but you can create a board and then turn it to private. So if you're just looking for a very basic setup, Juxtapost is pretty good. Clipboard is more of a research tool because you can clip anything. You can clip images, PDFs. You can actually size the window that it captures, so you can capture just a little bit of text, or you can capture more. So it's more of a comprehensive research tool, but you can do images, and people are doing images, so that's a good one. And I think I called it Springboard, but it's actually SpringPad, and that's gotten a
Oh,
lot of coverage lately. And it has some functionality like Pinterest, and they do default all boards to private, but they also have additional features. Like if you list as a movie, they'll bring in data to the actual Spring page that tells you like when the movie's coming out and things like that. So they try to do a little bit more. But have you ever looked into alternatives, or I don't know, do you use any type of service that's kind of like Pinterest but different?
oh, well, I use Delicious.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I've thought about though is, let's say Pinterest didn't exist. Would either of these three services get as big potentially? Or
It's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's a combination of how Pinterest launched it and how it got popular, and I don't know if another site could easily duplicate it or not. I think Juxtapost probably had the best chance just because they're similar, but I actually don't know when they came out. I'm guessing it was quite a bit after Pinterest, but I'm not sure.
Mhm. It'd be interesting to see if they're listed as Pinterest clones on the big site of Pinterest clones, where they have more than 100 now. I
Really?
mean, did they use a I don't know, whatever the code is that
Well, the
makes Pinterest
J
look.
Masonry?
Hmm.
I don't know. I think at least with SpringPad and Clipboard, they're fairly distinct, and I don't think they would be. Juxtapost, like I said, is so similar. It's possible it could be. I'd probably have to research that a little more.
Furthermore, do you think they would ever have the same copyright problems that Pinterest ran into earlier?
I think they probably would. I haven't looked at any of their terms of services, but it's certainly. I think it'll be one of those kind of. It would run downhill. Like Pinterest would obviously be targeted first, and then
Hmm.
potentially they could in the future, but I don't know. So that kind of covers the alternatives. Hopefully, Pinterest is going to give us private boards, and if they do, we're going to talk about it a lot, whatever week that happens, for sure.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to talk to the people, the kind of people who are gonna use it. Just
Yeah,
imagine how that could change interior design. If you're a
right.
designer in Florida and you want to help somebody in California redesign their living room.
No, absolutely. And I will say that SpringPad and Clipboard both offer the ability to just share a board with one, or you can select multiple users. So I'm hoping if Pinterest does private boards, that's an option. It's not just you or just public. But I would
Mhm.
hope, given how long they've taken to do this, they probably would offer something like that. Don't you think?
Yeah, I'm really hoping, especially since the scenario I just suggested was the one that people say that they've been hoping Pinterest will set up.